Yeah, it was. I mean, a really good baseball game. Obviously, they came out ready in the first inning, and I mean that was the difference in the ball game. Getting down 9-0 and having to try and scratch back from that. But I'm super proud of. First of all, really good job. Congrats to Fitz and his club at Kansas. But I'm really proud of kind of what we did. 9-0 after the first inning, and I thought our guys responded awesome the whole day. There was never any quitting them. It's really hard when you give up a 9 spot in the first. But all they did was battle back, on the pitching side, and then offense, Curtis Byrne and Luke here and a bunch of other guys. And I thought that's, for me, I've never been more proud of a team in a loss. And I think that can carry over into next week's play in terms of understanding that you're never out of a game and understanding that you're capable of doing anything if you continue to just grind on it. And I thought we did a phenomenal job of doing that. And hopefully in defeat, we can take and look for the good things to carry with us moving forward. So I thought, for me, heartbreaking loss, but at the same time, super proud of the way they competed, as the game, continued to move on.
Okay, wait for the microphones. Raise your hand for questions right there in the front.
Coach, when did you kind of make the decision, or when were you starting to think about putting Braden in for that last pitch of the at-bat in the 7th, I believe? When do you start thinking about that, and can you talk about the pitch that you delivered?
Sure. I mean, there was 2 outs, nobody on, and they drew, obviously, 3 walks after that. So there's 2 schools of thought. He's a strikeout pitcher. He gets a lot of swings and misses. And so you kind of hang with it. I think a couple of those walks, he got to 3-2 a couple times and threw some pretty close pitches to end the inning. And then as we got to, obviously we had to get Braden warm. So was thinking about, maybe utilizing him in the middle of a situation, maybe not wait until 3-2, but wanted to make sure that he was ready. And it got to 3-2. And at that point, kind of just sold out and told him when he took the mound, you're going to throw a 3-2 changeup. And because a lot of times in those situations, the guy doesn't want to really walk. He wants to do some damage at the plate. And his best pitch is his changeup. So just put a lot of trust in the fact that he was prepared for that and, obviously executed the pitch. So super proud of the way Braden threw, not only today, but when he threw Tuesday as well. So a lot of really good things.
Luke, Matt Tallery from World Baseball Network, 1 for 4 day today, 2-run home run tying the game up at 10. What's just your focus has been offensively, and long seeing guys like Jack, Carson, and Curtis having 2 home runs today too that could probably carry that offense into next week in the regionals?
Yeah, I mean, we're just, we're doing what we can. It's like he said, we went down 9 in the first, and so we're just trying to string at-bats together and do what we can offensively and help our guys out. And Curtis came up big today, and so did a lot of other people. And, people are filling in and doing what they're supposed to. They're having quality at-bats, and they're getting it done. Today was a heartbreaking loss. And so moving forward, like he said, hopefully, we can take that offense into the regional and do some damage there.
Hey, Coach. Logan Maxwell was a late scratch before the game. Can you give an update on him? And then Jack Bassier being able to step in his role?
Yeah, Logan hurt his hand in yesterday's ball game and thought he could go today. Took some swings in the cage and wasn't available. So, Jack obviously put Arthur out in the outfield, and then Bassier, hitting a home run. Again, guys that's what you need. You need that at this time of the year. It's not always going to be the guys that have 150, 200 at bats. It's going to be the guys that maybe don't have a ton that are going to need to give you a shot in the arm. And I think, Bassier did that. Arthur took a couple good swings. But ultimately another guy that sticks out to me is, Colt Taylor. Always at this time of year, whether it's regional play, conference championship play, World Series, you have a couple guys that haven't maybe done a whole lot for you, either on the mound or at the plate, that are going to need to step up. And I think, we don't have a chance in that game if Colt Taylor doesn't go 3 1/3 innings. I think he'd pitched in maybe 5 games all year, 5 or 7 games all year, and had probably about 4 or 5 innings. And going 3 1/3 and just giving it a different look. I thought was really, pivotal in terms of keeping them off the scoreboard in those middle innings when we were kind of scratching and coming back.
Yeah, Luke. There we go. I should know that. Luke, how'd you guys get back in this game? I mean, it seems like at this point of the year, you guys are starting to play some really, really good baseball, and like Kirk said, competing. So how did you guys get yourself back in this game at a crucial time in the season?
I mean, you talking about this
This
specific
specific
today?
game, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we never believed that we were out of it. Even when they put up 9 in the first, it's still you got 8 more innings to play after that. And it was quality at bat after quality at bat, and we kept scratching away, getting closer and closer and closer, and then we were right where we wanted to be there towards the end of the game. We just fell short.
And then, sorry. And then for Kirk, during this time, like I said, with him, you guys are playing some good baseball right now at the right time. What is it about this team that can really make a deep run in the NCAAs and get back to the College World Series?
Well, it's always going to start with starting pitching. When we get off to good starts on the mound, we're tough to beat. When we don't, we needed something like today to happen in terms of trying to get back in it. But the recipe is going to be, starting pitching, and obviously having Peyton Tolley, and then Ben Abelt, making his first start of the year. You have 2 guys right there that you feel really good about, no matter where you're going to play and who you're going to play. So that's going to be the key is, and especially in regional play, you need to try and stay in the winner's bracket. When you stay in the winner's bracket in any tournament format, it doesn't put as much stress on you from a pitching standpoint. When you get in the loser's bracket, if we were to win today's game, you're now all of a sudden you're going against Oklahoma, and you got to figure out, who's available and what you have left. So I think with any team, it's for sure staying in the winner's bracket, and it starts with starting pitching, and I feel like obviously with those 2 lefties, feel pretty good about it.
Can you talk about the job that your bullpen did after the first inning, limiting Kansas?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at, you throw up a 9 spot in the first, and the easiest thing would have been you play a 7-inning game and you put your head between your tail and you drive back to Fort Worth and you cash it in. That's the easy thing. That's the difference between a team that truly cares and never thinks they're out of it and has a lot of toughness and grit. I thought that was as gritty of a game today, and I think the relievers keeping them off the board and trying to piece the thing together gave the offense just enough time to be able to get it back to 10-10, and then obviously their catcher and 3-hole hitter English did a good job, putting them ahead by 1 and all conference closer out there through the last 2 innings. We put ourselves in position in the 9th inning, and we decided that a guy that swung at the bat well offensively all day was going to do it again, and it just didn't work out. So, but yeah, I think Kleck getting some outs, Taylor, Hodges, Sloan, that middle stretch was really key. So again, kudos to Kansas, and we'll look forward to see where we're going to be going on Monday.
Coach, do you think we'll see Chat next week?
No.
Other questions? Over here. One more.
Luke, last Big 12 tournament for you. Can you just kind of talk about your emotions this week and how you've been feeling, especially with end of the season approaching?
To be straight up, it sucks. Obviously that's not the way we wanted to go out. Love playing at Globe Life, great venue. TCU always plays great here. I was fired up, and we didn't finish how we wanted to in the Big 12, so, we were really fired up to come into this tournament and prove how we could play. And so it's definitely tough to go out like that.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now we'll do the interview.